Hi, I'm Teddy Burriss, your LinkedIn strategist. The conversation now is about where do I get my images and how do I grab images and then put them onto LinkedIn. So let me first share with you some of the sources of my images, then I'll show you a technique I use to create images from screen capture. First and foremost, I buy all my images if I need to from Deposit Photos. They cost me somewhere between $1 and as low as 30 cents an image. Recently, I got a discount coupon, so I bought a bunch of credits to get images for 30 cents an image. Pretty decent on Deposit Photo, and Deposit Photo is a really good library for what I need. Second thing, I have my own smartphone, I have my own iPad, I take my own pictures. A lot of my content is my own pictures. And that's pretty easy to do. I don't pretend to be a grandiose photographer, just someone who knows how to click the click button at the right time and get the right image that works for me. Third way, I do screen captures. So I'll create content on LinkedIn and I'll do a screen capture. I'm always screen capturing what's going on LinkedIn and various areas of LinkedIn, and just do a neat little screen capture and use those. I also use a tool called Qzio, and I'll put it in the video notes. Quozio, Quozio.com, and I create little graphics. I'll show you some of the graphics I've created. So these are images I made with Qzio right here. All of these images were made with Qzio, and there's different formats. I'm a fan of this gray rip papers. I do that a lot. Create a bunch of them on a chalkboard. And there's different styles. Again, I'll share those with you, but basically I type in the text and it creates this cute little image, and the dimensions of this image shows up fairly decently for what I want. 650 by 400, and this right here is 650 by 400. All the images are fairly standard size for what I want to use on LinkedIn. So those are different ways I create them. Okay, I either buy them, screenshot, take a picture, or in some cases the text I use Qzio. Here's another thing I do. So I have a spreadsheet here. It's a Google sheet, and I created these graphs. And in these graphs, I'm representing the number of times that these people show up in search appearances, their SSI score, their number of page views per person, etc., etc. So I might want to take these images and share those. And the way I'll take these images, I'll just use my screen capture tool. On the Mac, it's what is this? Shift Command 4. On the PC, it's going to be use the snippet tool. So I'll just take this image right here. I want to show that, and I'll do a Shift Command 4, and then I'll highlight. And then I'll highlight the section that I want to create the image of, and you'll see it's going to be about 990 by 616. I want you to have images that are always bigger than 600 by 600, and you can go as high as, for LinkedIn, as big as 1200 by 600 is a pretty decent size for putting on a LinkedIn, in the LinkedIn newsfeed. So I'll highlight that and I'll let off, and I've grabbed that image. Now, with that image, now I'll go back over here to LinkedIn, and I'll go to the home page. I'll start a post, and I'll go get the image. Now, before I post this image, I want to rename it. I want to rename all the images that I use on LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter or YouTube or Quora or wherever. I want the images to be renamed for SEO value. Here's the image right here, and you can see the name is Screenshot. Well, that's a terrible name. It doesn't give you any value. What I want to do is right-click, rename it. Again, I'm on a Mac, and I'm going to rename it my name, my title, LinkedIn Strategist and Trainer, which is my keywords, and then I'm going to rename it the name of that image, size of LI network. And this name of the image is not overly important, except where you may get keywords. So maybe I shouldn't say LI, maybe I should say LinkedIn. So I rename every image, and then I'm going to hit enter. Now there's the image. I've grabbed it. I'm going to hit open, and there's the image in there. Now here's another important step about putting images on LinkedIn. add alt text. Anytime you get the chance to add alt text to an image, wherever, on LinkedIn or on your blog or whatever, always do it. What alt text do I use? It's the same thing. My name, my title, which are my primary keywords, and then the name of the image. This is what I do. I could use more keywords if I want to, but I'm being very consistent with these with this alt tag text. Now, once I've done that, I hit done. Now, one more step. Every time you share an image on LinkedIn, you have to tell your user, tell your most important viewer, i.e. target audience, what the image is all about and why you are sharing it. So here's the text I'm going to use, and I'm going to go ahead and post this video. First of all, because I'm doing a test, I'm telling people I'm doing a test. But if you're not doing a test, don't use words like that. But I'm telling my viewer why I am posting this image. I'm doing a video, okay? Now, a couple other things. I always use 3 hashtags. Never more, never less. I always use 3 hashtags. Secondly, when you share an image, if you can, maybe you want to create a call to action, maybe a question. So you always tell the viewer why you're posting it, what's the value of this image, and maybe a call to action, a question, an idea, or a thought. And then once you've done that, you can hit post. Now, for those who don't know, LinkedIn is every time you post something, when you post it, it's going to show you that post in your news feed at that very moment. Okay? And so you can look at it. Did I do it right? Do I have any spelling errors? Any grammatical errors? Did the hashtags right? Et cetera, et cetera. You want to test it. If you have a URL in there, you want to click on the URL and make sure it takes you where you want it to go before you leave this screen. Because the moment you hit refresh, what you just posted is gone and it will never show in your news feed again because it's your content. If you want to go see it, you've got to go look at your post. You might need to hit refresh and then it'll show up and then you can check it. But if you want to be accurate and create quality content, the moment you hit the post button, view it in the news feed before you leave and make sure it is what you wanted to post. That's a quick and easy way to create images. Do a screenshot of some content. Create a Cusio or a little image, or maybe just write the words out and put a box around it, and then you do a screenshot of that. Grab that image, rename that image. When you post it, put alt text on that image, and always tell your viewer why you are posting it with no more than 3 hashtags. Go practice this. Practice creating images in lots of different ways, whether you're using Canva or Cusio or what other graphical tool you want to practice with, which are most of them are pretty easy to use. Go experiment with buying images from Deposit Photo or other sources. Go experiment with screenshots of content that you want to show your most important viewer, your target audience. And then most importantly, go practice posting, tagging, hashtags, and writing your excerpt of why your most important viewer should look at this image. I'm Teddy, your LinkedIn strategist. I hope that's helpful.